So where is your heart at today? Overall, like if you were to ask yourself that question, what do you feel that your heart would be? Because that's not an easy question to answer. And a lot of the times we don't really know how we would answer that question. But as somebody who is trying to get closer to Christ, I think we all understand that it's a little bit tough to be able to gauge our heart, and it's a little bit tough to have our heart in the right place at all times. But there always might be that one thing that God puts in our path that allows us to really show our heart, not just to God, because God already knows how that is. He knows our heart, but also to show it to ourselves. And that can completely change our life after that. Because I was watching this TV show called Alice in Borderland. And in this TV show, there's this scene where they play, basically this TV show is about how they play these death games. They're playing these death games where you got to go into this game. And a lot of the times, a lot of people are going to die. Sometimes only one person's going to come out. So in this show, there's this episode where it's four friends or four people that are like allies. They're together and they're really good friends. Three of them are really damn good friends. They go into this one game, and this game is basically they have cards at each game, and we will tell you what kind of game it is. They pick up the card, and this is a 7 of Hearts game. What a Hearts game is basically it's going to kind of show you the heart. It's going to test your heart. It's really going to test your heart. So it's a 7 of Hearts game. It's a very tough game. They go into this game, and they have these like devices that they put on their head. They put them on their head, and they're like, okay, let's start this game. What the hell is this game? They announce the game. And the game is, I believe it's called Wolves and Sheep. So there's one wolf and 3 sheep. The one wolf, if they look at the other person, if they look at anybody else, it's going to automatically go to that person, like the radar, basically. There's a screen, and whoever is the wolf is the only person that is going to survive. Every other sheep is going to die. So if you look at a sheep and you are the wolf, it will automatically go to them. So that's very important, and it's very freaking scary. And they're like, what the hell? Like, only one of us is going to survive? Like, they were really good friends since childhood, all this stuff. And it's like, oh my gosh, who's going to survive this? So they're like, okay, well, actually, the wolf isn't the one that's chasing after them. You're going to have to, if you're the sheep, you have to find the wolf to try to get the tracker on you so that you can survive if you're the wolf. So at first, one of the people, the main character, he has the wolf thing, but then somebody else takes it, and one of his good friends takes it, and he freaking hauls butt. Well, actually, one of the girls that was with him actually gets it, and she hauls butt, and she leaves. She's trying to run away with this and be the one that survives. But they all start chasing after her, and all of a sudden, somebody else gets it off of her, and now the 2 other friends are chasing this dude to try to get the wolf onto them. These are good friends for the longest time, but now all of a sudden they're fighting for like who's going to survive, all this stuff. So they're running and they're trying to find like, okay, who's going to survive? Who's going to do this? But then all of a sudden one of the main character gets it. He gets it and he busts butt. He busts butt trying to run out of there. So he runs into this little cave. He's hiding there. He's away trying to, hide out. And he comes to this point where it's like everybody's fighting. Everybody's like talking. You could talk on the intercom over this thing. And it's really freaking hard for him because these are his childhood friends. But they're all chasing after him. And even one of his old friends or one of his friends grabs a knife and he's trying to find him. He's trying to find him. Like, what the hell is this dude at? So he can't find him. He can't find him. He's looking. And eventually, like, he kind of like falls over. And then they all start having flashbacks of like how they were as friends, how they were as back then when they were really good friends. And all of a sudden, it just like starts hitting them. It's a very freaking emotional scene. You see scenes of them hanging out and just riding on a scooter. You see them in their lowest moments of their life. And you see all these freaking emotional scenes of them. And it really clicks for them. Every single one of them. It clicks for them. Like, what the frick are we doing? We are chasing after each other, trying to kill each other. Instead of like in these last moments where probably one of us is going to die. This thing is going to explode. This thing on my head is going to explode and we're going to die, and we're going to die in our last moments chasing after each other, trying to kill each other. So the main character that currently has the wolf, who is going to survive if he holds on to it until the timer runs out, which is there's like 30 minutes left. He's like, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to give it up. Like, I'm going to give it to one of y'all. Like, if anybody deserves to live, it's going to be one of y'all. So he gets up out of the cave. He starts walking out and he starts telling them like where y'all at? Where y'all at? Like, I want to give it to you. I want to give it to you. He goes out, but all of a sudden These dudes are quiet. These dudes have realized the same thing. They start realizing, like, if we want anybody to survive, it's you. So he's like chasing after them. And on the screen, you can see, be sure to hide good sheep. Be sure to hide as good as you can, sheep. So it's a twist. It ends up that the wolf is actually trying to find the sheep. And now the sheep are the ones that are hiding because they want him to survive. They want to give up their life for him to survive. And he's trying to find them as much as he can. He's running around. He's looking everywhere. They even like go over and hide in this little, under a bench, trying to make sure that he doesn't find them. He's looking. He starts crying, man. He just wants to give it up, man. He doesn't want it to be him. But these friends have realized like how good of a friends they are. So, the timer's running down. It's about like 10 seconds left. He's looking for them. He finds one of his friends and he just tells him, his friend tells him like, you deserve to live. I love you. You deserve to live. His head freaking explodes. He falls over. And this was like the hardest thing for this main character to have to take that. Like, this was a huge twist. It was an amazing show, amazing movie, TV show. But I think that this is a game of hearts. So this was really to test their hearts. Where is their heart at? And it was so amazing because it really helps to show you, the viewer, but also the main character, like where your heart is at. It helps to show us like he has a great heart. He wanted to give it up. He was willing to give it up. But also his friends, even in these moments where they might have not been the best, they are willing to give up their lives for him too. So maybe in these moments where we're going through something tough, or we're going through something that seems like, oh my gosh, this is so hard. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to get through this. And it's something that's really testing and pulling on our heart. Pulling on our heart and really having to show our own heart and where our heart is at. Maybe that's God not trying to show himself where your heart is at, but maybe he's trying to show us where our heart is at. Maybe if we can realize that in these moments where we're doing something good, even despite the bad things, the bad circumstances, maybe when we continue to place our heart in the Lord, try to purify our heart and try to do the best thing that we can, even in the circumstances that we might be in right now that aren't the best. Maybe that can continue to show us that our heart is starting to get better and better. Maybe every little game that God puts us into, if he's putting us into technically a game, maybe it's to help get our heart pure, cleaner and cleaner, and try to get towards that. Maybe you can use those as a gauge to see like, okay, where's my heart at currently? How much better can my heart be? All right, so my freaking camera died. I don't know exactly what I was saying. I had to let it charge up. But basically, I think what I was saying was that maybe this moment that we're in, that's a little bit tough, it's a little bit hard, is actually preparing us for that next thing that we're going to go into if it sets our heart right. If it gets our heart right and it shows us what we have inside. Maybe we stop looking at these people that God has put in our path that have been sent to test us, these situations that have been sent to test us, as things that are going to hold us back. And we start looking at those things as things that are going to prepare us for that next big thing that he's going to send our way. I love you guys. Let me know what you're currently dealing with right now. Let me know how you're doing today down in the comments below. Peace.